Hello, my crafty friends. It's Crystal with Happy to Plan. Okay, so day 3, I want to get quite a bit done today. Um, I have a plan to do probably more than I can in this video, but we're going to try to get through it, and then, because I really want to get these done. So, okay, so I've got the plan kind of set up. I've done some pre-work. I have the time cards I want to do. I have glossing bags. I've got some. These are the tickets that come with the, not the tickets, the tags that come with the collection. I have all of them here. I want to get those done. And then I have a bunch of little pocket envelopes with the see-through thing that I want to try to decorate as well. So I think I'm going to work on the fastest thing first and then kind of go to the more difficult, just so I can get as much done as possible. There's going to be quite a bit of repetition in these videos. I know I just said that word wrong, but you know what I mean. And what I was doing was I wanted to create a little pocket for the tags. And oftentimes I use the paper that's in there to make pockets. So I decided that I was going to do that for these particular tags. And I took that little vellum piece that I had. It was just a little journaling card that I got probably at Tuesday morning. And I just decided to use that because it had that little kind of sewn on leaf figure. I don't know what that thing was supposed to be, but it was also green and, it kind of matched the page. So I just put on some designs there, a little bit of die cut there, and then that little flag thing that's from the collection. And then I'm just going to go ahead and put some fibers at the top with that tag. And that basically is done. And really what I'm going to do for all of them is going to be very similar. So again, I took a page from the journal, and this one was actually folded over. So I decided to just fold it over on the other side of instead of cutting it off, and just using that piece as a little tuck spot for that side. And then I decided that I wanted to make it like a triple pocket. So I made the little vellum piece there with the butterfly, a little tuck spot on the side, and then took the punch from the collection and added that to the bottom, and then just kind of did some layering with the tag. Okay, so again, there's going to be repetition. It's basically the same design, and I really did that on purpose because I wanted to keep it really simple and get this done. So I wanted to use that vellum piece there. That's not vellum, that's acetate. I wanted to use that acetate, but when I cut it to the size of the journaling card, I didn't feel like it quite worked. So I decided to go ahead and just make this a little pocket. And so I'm just taking that vellum piece and gluing that on. And I had forgotten to glue that page onto the side. And I specifically picked that page because I really liked how it looked with the reds from the tag that's there sitting there with the floral. And then I used a little, what is that called? Chipboard piece from a little chipboard collection that I had. And I thought that was really cute. And then that paper just came from a paper pack that I had and it has like kind of a turquoise color that matched some of the flowers. So that's what that one looks like. And then I'm going to go ahead and add some fibers to that one as well. And okay, so for the homegrown one, I'm going to I took that journaling card and I just used it as a template. And I used the music sheet paper that's in there, but I wanted it to it was kind of the very top of the page. So I wanted it to be a little bit open at the top. So I decided to just cut that. And then I liked this little piece on the corner here. So I'm just going to use that little piece, and then I'm going to back it with a little bit of the flag. So I basically just completely destroyed that journaling card to make it be what I wanted it to be.
Okay, so I'm going to get those glued down, and I'm just finding the journaling card that I wanted to put in here, and there it is. And then I did decide, since the journaling card was rounded edges, that I wanted to round the corners of that little vellum piece there. I keep saying little, and it's bugging me. So I apologize how many times I just said the word little. All right, so I'm going to get everything glued together. And that piece at the top is part of the collection. It's a piece of paper that was in the collection, and I just made it a page flag. I just said the word little again. And then since I had that little, oh my gosh, I just said it again. I had that piece from the journaling card, so I just used that as well. I really like how this one turned out. I think, honestly, the homegrown one is going to be my favorite at the end. I think I have a lot of my favorite layouts are in this one. All right, so that was all the tags. So as I said, this one was going to be pretty quick. And I pretty much had the design already in my head, so I knew that would be fairly quick to get those done. Now, I didn't do the Cozy Collection one because the Cozy Collection already it was in the pocket, and I'll leave a link to that video if you want to see that video. All right, so I decided to go ahead and cut all of the papers that I wanted to include in the vellum pockets all at once, so that's what you just saw me do. And now what I'm doing is designing each of the vellum pockets. Those aren't vellum, those are glossine. Sorry, glossine pockets. I have this like sticker maker thing that my friend just gave me, so I decided to use that on that vellum piece. And then just a little house, thought that was cute. And then I put a little tab. I just said the word little again. I'm going to put like a counter on here and how many times I say the word little. Um, so that is there. And then, okay, so I needed to punch a hole in that key because I wanted it to dangle from the tag. All right, so then I'm going to put that in later. So you'll see that when I flip through the book at the end. You'll see how I kind of put those on in the book. All right, this one's very similar. Had a couple pieces there, die cuts, and this one I wanted to add a doily to the glossing bag, so I added that, and then added those little swirly leaf pattern things. Again, very similar. I had these swirly blue things. So I decided to go ahead and glue those onto the glossing bag, and that's pretty much what that one's going to look like. And I'm going to show you what I'm doing with them, how I'm putting them in the journal. I'm going to make them tuck spots, so I'm just finding a best place and then just gluing up two of the sides, one of the sides and then the bottom, and that's what I'm doing with those. This one I did a little bit differently because I wanted it to hold those tags that are sitting there, so I'm just going to go ahead and put some fibers on the ends, and then I made that journaling card that says handmade with love. I made that a little pocket, and then I'm going to put those in front. And then for this glossing bag, for the journaling card, I decided to just put that piece of sticky note paper on the back, and then did basically the same thing that I did with the other one I just did. I found a little square die cut and just made it a pocket. All right, so those are all the glossing bags. I know this is going really super fast, so I hope that's okay, but I felt like I would be able to explain it and you'd be able to see it because, again, there's so much repetition. But yeah, so for this one, it's a little bit different. What I did was I took a bunch of scraps that I just had from doing this project, and I'm gluing them on to this page. And this one is for the Grace Journal, which has like a fairy tale theme kind of thing. So I liked that it was a book that I was using, and some of the book pages had like the word flower and seeds, and so I thought that was appropriate for this journaling. And I'm going to go ahead and get all that glued on. Now, what I probably should have done is I probably should have inked up the edges before I did all that gluing, because I did have to let it dry before I was able to ink up the edges. But I don't know, I felt like it turned out pretty good. So here I'm gluing that second little piece on, and then after it dried, I went ahead and just edged up the sides with some ink. This one's for the Get Crafty one, and I did it a little bit different. I did ink up this one before I started gluing, so I learned from my mistake. And so I wanted to ink this one up, and I added this little piece of, it's like a little button from this journaling card. I just wanted to bring in the brown because the page that I want to put it on is a tea dyed piece of paper, so I wanted to add some brown to it. You can see there what I'm doing, and I wanted to double check to see if I wanted the back inked up, and when I put it up against the paper, I definitely did. And what I'm doing is just gluing on the flap to the little flap of that page, and that's basically what I did with most of them. And again, I'll show you that at the end when I go through everything. All right, so this one, I wanted to use that bag that had like the fake snow in it. And I love how this one turned out. I think it looks so cute with that little snow pile in there. And I like it because you can actually see the zigzag of the sewing in the pocket. So, and then I just had this sticker sheet, and I'm like, I just want to use these stickers up because I've had this sticker sheet forever. So I just pulled off as many as I could, and I just kind of layered them around. And again, I think it turned out really cute. And then I thought I wanted to go ahead and just edge up the envelope in the white space with a little bit of blue. And then the next one, I kind of took my same cue from that one that I just did. And I added something to the back just to have a little bit of journaling space on the back of this. What is that card? Monopoly. There you go. And I took a sticker, put that on the front, and then inside the cover, I put this little piece of cactus, and you could kind of see it when you're looking through the little hole. So I like how that one turned out. It's pretty simple, but I think it works with the cactus theme or the succulent theme. Now we're going to work on the homegrown one, and I did pretty similar to what I did for the cozy one. I'm just going to add this journaling part to the back of the card just to have a little bit of journaling space. And I wanted to not cover up too much of the back. So I just used a little bit of the space. All right. So again, similar to what I did for the cozy collection, I'm just cutting up some pieces here that I'm going to add in the front of the envelope. And just all of the pieces had kind of the same color tone, kind of a neutral browns and things like that. So I'm just using those to add some decoration to the front of the envelope. And then I'm going to use the Monopoly card to put inside there. They like fit perfect in the little envelope there. And I wanted to, because it said Park Place, I wanted to have it say get together place. So one of the cut aparts there had that in that. So I just went ahead and glued that on there. So now it says get together place. All right, so now I'm going to go work on the time cards. And for the time cards, I did something a little bit different for this one than I did for the other ones. Well, that's not true. I kind of used the same design as I did for this one that I did for the Cozy collection. And then the Homegrown and Abide and Sewing one, I think those are all the same sort of concept. All right, so I had this vellum piece. I liked it. I thought it went well with the Grace collection. So I tore the scrapbooking paper that matched the vellum, and then I tore the vellum and I just added some vintage photo around the edges just to give it a little bit of pop off the page. And then I wanted to make sure that the envelope or the pocket was as close to the edge as possible. So I just put down a plastic piece there and then glued up the edges right on the edge of the paper. And then I took the vellum and did the same thing. And then I slipped the time card in that pocket. Similar to that, I'm going to go ahead and use this tissue paper. I just put some glue down on there and then use this tissue paper to basically cover up the back of it. The nice thing about it is the time card part was actually blue, so I really thought it went well with the collection. And as you can see, made a little boo-boo there, had a little bit of a tear, but just covered that up with some more and you can't even tell. Had to put a snowflake there on the front and then kind of used a little bit of that at the bottom just to add some design to the page. And then I just put a sticker that said, I think it says baby it's cold outside. And similar to what I did with the one I just made, I tore the page there and just going to make that a pocket. And this time card was a little bit smaller than that one, so it fit in there perfectly. All right, so now for the next three, they're all basically the same kind of concept. I did the thing again where I'm gonna glue on that pocket, that page there to make it a pocket on the other page. And I had a couple of like the projector things, like I don't even know what they're called. I'm sure there's a name for them, but somebody had die cutted a couple of those little projector things. I know that's not what they're called, but basically, whatever those things are called. She had die cutted a couple for me, so I had a couple. And I just used that and a bracket to add that to the time card. And I was going to use that button for the sewing one, but I had this other chipboard sticker that was really cute. It says like something like sewing mends the soul or something like that. So again, just took a little bracket, little brad there, and attached that to the time card. And it's kind of cool because it like spins around. And then I just added the glue to the side to make that piece a pocket. And then similar to that one, but I didn't end up using the die cut there, the little seek and find thing. I ended up just gluing it directly to the time card. The stickers I'm using are from the Dollar Tree. So I was thinking about putting that on top of there, but then I just decided to just glue it directly to the thing. But what I'm doing is I'm going to glue it, but then cut off those little edge pieces and then glue them to the pocket itself. So when it's in the pocket, it's a complete plant, but when it's out of the pocket, you just see the pieces that aren't on the page. And then just to use up that sticker, I just stuck that sticker on there as well.
I wanted to go ahead and share with you what we did, kind of do a summary, little wrap up. So for the Grace, so let's start with the Grace journal. So we did this little pocket thing here, kind of a little double pocket, actually a triple pocket thing. Actually, technically, it really is a four pockets, because there's a little pocket in there as well. There's this in between piece has a pocket. So yeah, so I did that, and then this comes out. I like how that one turned out. And then I have these little glossing bags that have tucks behind them. And then I got my time card here that I can actually put a time card, and then I can put like another piece back behind there. Not that piece, but something else I can put there. And then I have this little piece there too. Not sure if I like it better that way or the other way. So, and then the other thing that we did today was the envelopes. A little envelope with my field notes in it. And in my cozy collection, we did this little glossing bag, tuck pocket. I love how the all blue goes together so well. And then let's see. We did this little envelope with the snowflakes inside. And then I did the little time card with the tissue paper, and that sticks in that pocket right there. And then for the Gix So Crafty one, we did this little envelope. I love how that looks with all the brown. And then we did this little tucked pocket with the little pocket tags. Love how that one turned out. Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't do it. Okay, and then this one has the little pocket here, and then the pocket here. I love how that one turned out. And then the really simple but really cute little time card for the Abide journal. We did this little glossing bag. This actually is a pocket, so I could put something back behind there. To find a little piece of paper to put back there. And then this little envelope. Not sure if I want to glue that down. Okay, and then the time card. I love how that one turned out. And then this little pocket page. And then for the homegrown, we did this pocket page. Really love how this one turned out. I can do some writing there. My tags are in here. Really like how that one turned out. And then this one, I didn't actually glue this one down. Still debating on what I want to do with this one. Not sure what I'm going to do with that one yet. And then I get the glossing bag and the little time card. Okay, they're starting to look finished. They're starting to feel a little finished. My next video is kind of just doing some finishing touches. There's a couple of specific things that I want to use in these journals, so I'm going to pull those things out and kind of just start putting those things in, and then we'll do final flip throughs on Friday. So I hope you guys are enjoying this series, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye.